Hi, so today I'm going to talk about how the word should can be very harmful and how we can use more empowering alternatives. So, how many times during the day do you use the word should? I mean, in reference to yourself or other people. Like, I should do this, I should do that. And the word should has become a fixture in our everyday conversation. We use it in conversation with others as a way of motivating ourselves or maybe keeping ourselves in check, and also to express our frustration, our regret, guilt. And I've become like more aware in my internal dialogue, and also I've become aware of how it affects the way I feel about myself, the way that I show up in the world, and the way that I live my life. And I've started to realize just how insidious the word should can be. Now, although I used to should myself about a variety of things many times each day, I realized that telling myself I should be doing more or being more wasn't actually helping me do more or be more. And it left me feeling like I wasn't enough as I was. And equally, I realized that when I told others, like, other people, they should or shouldn't do something, I wasn't respecting their ability to make the best decisions for themselves. And that didn't fit my personal philosophy that people are free to do what they want as long as they're not harming others. And I knew that I wasn't being the best friend or partner while I was using should based vocabulary. I mean, I want you to just stop and ask yourself, how many times do you use such word? It has become common. You should be doing the kitchen, you should wash this, you should all these things, especially if you have kids, right? Now, since I had these realizations, I've been on a quest to replace my should with alternative vocabulary that is more healthier and more accepting, like both of myself and of other people. So the longer that I'm on this I'm on this quest, the more I realize the damage the word should does to our self relationship and our relationship with others as well. And here is what I have discovered so far. So there are two major problems with using the word should. When we use the word should, we're not accepting reality. When talking about things that we wish were so but are not, or vice versa, or wherever I use the word should when talking to myself, it was motivated by like a lack of self-acceptance rather than encouragement. So what do you say when you talk to yourself? So when you talk to yourself, you tell yourself, okay, that you should be doing something. You're implicitly reinforcing the idea that you're not doing it, right? And if you say to yourself, I should really meditate more often. I used to tell myself all these, and I've started doing it now, but before it was very difficult. And if I say to myself, okay, I should really meditate more often, and the unspoken like follow up to that sentence is, but I don't. So I should be doing that, but I don't. And equally, if we say, I should really be exercising this morning, the unspoken like ending to that sentence is, but I'm not exercising. So in the long run, when we tell ourselves or other people that we should or they should be doing something, as well meaning as we might be, we're replacing the negative and the fact that we or they are not doing it. So what are the alternatives to should? Like, I won't pretend that removing the word should from my vocabulary has been easy, or that I've arrived and currently inhabit a should-free existence. I used to like, really use the term should a lot. I mean, a lot. And in truth, I think it's something I'll have to keep an eye on for the rest of my life, because we're creatures of habits. We tend to go back to the old self. But for now, however, I've found some alternatives helpful in overcoming my habit of shoulding myself and other people. So the first thing is I focus on the benefits. So instead of telling myself I should be doing more of something, I try focus on why I want to do that particular thing. And instead of saying I should do more, like running, working my cardio, or maybe doing more yoga, I remind myself of why I want to do that. Okay, and I feel great when I do yoga a few times each week, and I enjoy feeling myself relax and stretch out when I do it. Or I tell myself I feel a greater sense of self-connection when I make time to connect my body and my breathing in yoga. So each time it's just like developing this awareness that okay, you're using that word right now, and then you focus on how the activity fits with your values. So one of the biggest things that I used to should myself about was being on time, and not being on time, because I'm someone who I respect other people's time, and it's very difficult if someone says, okay, you have to reach at 5, I have to reach at 5. And it becomes like I'm really stressed out when someone doesn't turn at that time. And I try to do the same. So it was a constant battle with myself, and of course telling myself, you should be at least 15 minutes on time, you shouldn't be late. Or like really, I would get really stressed out when I reach 5 minutes after. So that was the second one. And then like instead I started like reframing this from the perspective of my values. I started telling myself it's really important to me to be on time, and I want to live with integrity and do what I say that I'm going to do when I say I'm going to do it. So it was always like that. I think I got that maybe from my parents, or maybe from my environment. And it's very important that you reach on time and you respect people's times as well. Okay, and then there's focusing on accepting and exploring reality. I used to think that I shouldn't feel angry, or all these kind of emotion. I'd heard they were unhealthy feelings to experience, and had the belief that there was something wrong with me, or for feeling that way. So no matter how much I told myself that I shouldn't feel these, and they didn't go away. But until I decided, okay, let me just observe what's happening in my body. Where do I feel this anger? Where do I feel this frustration? I started to look inward, and it disappeared. And I focused on accepting my experience. Instead of telling myself I shouldn't be feeling that, I shouldn't be thinking that, I just take a step back and I say, okay, I'm feeling this right now. I'm thinking about this right now. And I wonder why that's happening now. I just ask these questions, curious questions. And then, like removing the word should from your vocabulary, it will take time, it will take patience, it will take practice, but it is possible. It comes with great rewards. So replacing should with more helpful dialogue will lead to a kinder relationship with yourself, and also better relationships with the people around you too. So each time you just notice that you're using the word should lots of time, just be aware. It's just about awareness. You feel that you're angry, just be aware. I'm angry right now. You feel that you feel guilty. Okay, I feel guilty right now. Where do I feel it? I feel it in my stomach. And just, just breathe. Let the breath, release it. So free your breath. You're going to let go of all these things. Else, it's so easy to come in that vicious circle, that negativity loop. You just go round and round. One negative thoughts will bring another one, and then it's so difficult to let go of these. But one thing that I found that that works greatly is when I do tapping. So I will just ask like 0 to 10 how much I'm feeling it. If I'm feeling it here, then I'm gonna focus on this sensation. And then I just tap, like even though I have this issue, I choose to accept it as it is. I choose to accept my feelings as it is. And then I just tap, and then I breathe. So in the next video, if you have any question, you can just send me down below, and I'll do another video on how to use EFT, how to let go of things that doesn't work for you. Okay, so just let me know if you would like to have something else that we can talk about, like if you have any question on how to let go of emotions and all. And you take good care of yourself. Stay safe. Thank you. Bye bye.